Yo, what's going on, snipers, and welcome back to our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So in last episode, we took on the New Jersey Devils, and we defeated them in 6 games, and now we're up here in round 2 against the New York Rangers, who don't have the scariest lineup. Like, their defensive core is really strong. Their number one goaltender is not horrible, but it's Lundqvist still, but he's just as good as Mrazek is, but their backup is weak. So as you can see, their forward core, I think we have them beat for the most part, and at least in center, I know we have better center depth than they do, and except for Zibanejad's a lot better than, say, Teravainen or Rask. But defensively, this is, like, their defensive core is actually really similarly structured to us, because we have a very good top 2. We have a decent top 4 pairing, and then our top 6 pairing is around the same as well, so it should be interesting to see who gets on to the next round. Hopefully we can get to the conference finals, because we were there back in year number 1. If we could get there in year number 3 as well, that would be pretty good. Maybe we are on our way to being a cup contender. So let's see what happens here in game 1. We got home ice still. See if we could get a lead in the series. New York Rangers went to 7 games in round 1. We only went to 6 in round 1, so we're well rested. First period, and it is 1-0 Rangers. Shots are 10-8 in favor of them, as well as Joe Colborne has the only goal. Second period, still 1-0 them. I'm not liking how our offense hasn't been able to come through yet. I think it's probably just to do with their defensive core. So shots 21-14. Let's see if we can tie it up here in the third period, boys. There you go, Louis Durainen, the guy that came through in overtime in game number 5 to give us the series lead against the Devils, and Jeff Skinner, and we have a 2-1 lead now. Good job, boys. Play good in the third period always. You gotta always do that. Last 5 minutes here of the third period. Let's just lock it down. And we are going to do just that. And another great game from Peter Mrazek, and we have taken a 1-0 series lead. So Louis Durainen gets his second in the playoffs unassisted. And then Jeff Skinner scores a couple minutes later from Hanifin and Rask. Nicely done. 3 stars, Mrazek, Lundqvist, and Skinner. Okay, so once again we have a 1-0 series lead, just like last round. Let's see if this time we could take a 2-0 series lead instead of having a tie series going back to the opposing team's arenas. So game 2, still at the PNC Arena. Let's take it, boys. Let's do this. First period, and it is 2-0 Rangers. I don't like that at all. Jimmy Vesey and Jesper Fast. Let's see if we could get back into this in the second period. They're still out shooting us 12-6. Second period, and it is 3-1. Teravainen pulled us within 1 goal, but a late goal from Mika Zibanejad has given them a 3-1 lead. Come on, guys, let's have a good third just like last game. If we could do that, we might have a tie game. Power play for them, and they score. Yeah, I might make some line changes. Like, where our offense hasn't been necessarily that good so far to start this round, because we only had 2 goals last game. We have 1 goal so far in this game. They have 4 goals. And we are going to lose game number 2 by a score of 4-1. So I think I'm going to make a slight line change again. Nothing that's going to hurt the chemistry too much. But I want to kind of just get at least maybe 1 or 2 wins here in New York, because we want to obviously take the series lead going back home for a potential game 5, or for game 5, not a potential game 5. So let's see, what could we do in regards to line changes? You know, I'm gonna put Teravainen as a winger, put Lindholm as the second line center, because Lindholm, I don't think, yeah, he's only got 2 assists. So yeah, we'll put Lindholm as the center on this line between Kapanen and Skinner. And yeah, I think that's all I'm going to do. Yeah, that's all I'm going to do. But look at our top 2 pairing, 89-89. Hanifin is definitely going to be that guy that we keep around for a long time. But I don't know about Justin Falk, but our defensive core looks really strong. Like, we're going to have to get rid of somebody, though, in the top 4 pairing at least, because Jake Bean should be a good player for next season. Okay, so now that those line changes are made, or well, that one line change, hopefully Teravainen could get that first line going again, because Teravainen's got like 5 goals already in the playoffs. So let's see what we could do at the Madison Square Garden. Let's see if we could take that 2-1 series lead like we did last round. First period, and it is scoreless. So once again, our offense has yet to come through, but we are actually out shooting them 12-7. Second period, and it is 1-1. So Julian Gauthier actually gets a goal in the playoffs. So that's his first point, I believe. JT Miller, though, ties it up. We're out shooting them 25-14. Let's get it done here in the third period, boys. Just like what we did in game number 1. That would be huge if we could do that, especially on the road. Oh, and Yuri Tolusti gives the Rangers a 2-1 lead. Come on, Mrazek, you got to shut down that 5-hole or whatever you're letting those goals in from. Last 3 minutes. Come on, boys. Let's tie this game up. And we're not going to get it done as Ryan White gets an empty netter. And we have fallen down 2-1 in the series. And we're trailing actually in a series for the first time in this playoff run. Our offense did not strike that much again in that game. We only have a total of 4 goals in our last 3 games, so just over a goal a game. I might still make some more line changes. Maybe with our defensive core, but I don't know what. Maybe I could change up our power play, because maybe our power play has just been bad. You know what? Let's split up Hanifin and Falk, and put Hanifin down here with Fleury, and then put Bean up there with Falk, because Bean's an offensive defenseman. That gives us 2 offensive defensemen right beside each other, so maybe both of them could jumpstart that power play. And then it's all offensively minded instead for, like, because Hanifin was on there, and Hanifin's a defensive defenseman, I think. So that way we might give up more goals shorthanded, but we got to get our offense going. So let's see if we could get that done here in Madison Square Garden again. Let's tie this series, boys. This is a big game. First period, and nicely done. 2-0 us. Hayden Fleury and Jake Bean. So both of the guys that might have had a little bit of line changes. So Jake Bean, I think that's his first ever playoff goal. Second period, yes, offense is coming through now. I make a subtle line change, and now we're up 6-0 going into the third period. Louis Durainen, Aho, Rask, and Aho. So I think I might have found what the problem was with our team. Hopefully this isn't just a one-time thing, and hopefully we can play offensively next game as well. Power play, can we make it 7-0? No, we can't. They break the shutout, though, for Mrazek, as Kevin Hayes gets a goal, and it's 6-1. And it is going to be a 6-1 final. So a very good offensive showing there, especially on the road, too. So Fleury from Skinner, Bean from Rask and Skinner, Louis Durainen from Gauthier and Waugh, Aho from Teravainen and Slavin, Rask from Aho, and Aho from Rask. So I think Aho had like 3 points in that game. Yeah, Aho had 3 points, Rask 3 points, and a good 32 save performance from Peter Mrazek gets us a tie series going back home, which is very huge because we could have been down 3-1, which would not have been good at all. Okay, so now that we're back on home ice, hopefully our offense could even do better than it did last game. Let's take a 3-2 series lead, just like what we did last round. That would be huge, boys. First period, and it is 1-1. Okay, that's fine. Tolusti opens the scoring, but Justin Falk opens the scoring for us. Shots are 13-12 in favor of your Carolina Hurricanes. Second period, and it is 3-2 us. Nicely done, boys. Kapanen gives us the 2-1 lead, but Kreider will answer right back 3 minutes later. And then a late goal from Victor Rask, and we have a 3-2 lead. Shots are 23-21 in favor of us. Third period underway. That's what I meant to say. We're still out shooting them, and we still got the lead. Let's just lock it down, boys. Power play, come on, let's get that insurance marker, and we don't get it done. Penalty kill off, nicely done. Last 5 minutes here to the third period. And we have taken a 3-2 series lead with a nice 3-2 win. So we have gotten our lead in the series actually for the first time, I believe. So Falk from Teravainen and Rask. So that's only Falk's first playoff goal, which is pretty bad. Kapanen from Skinner and Falk, and Rask from Aho and Teravainen. Nicely done, boys. So Rask gets first star, Falk gets second star, and Mrazek the third. Okay, so some of our depth guys are actually getting a little bit mad with their ice time, but they're only signed to like 1 year contracts, so they're probably going to be released anyways at the end of the season. But let's see if we can get this done here at the Madison Square Garden. Just need one more win to go to the conference finals for the second time in 3 years. So, game number 6. Let's get this done, boys. Okay, here we go. First period, and it is 1-1. JT Miller opens the scoring for the Rangers, but Teravainen's going to answer back for us. Shots are 12-10, though, in favor of New York, but it is a 1-1 game. Second period, and it's 2-1 Rangers now as Kevin Shattenkirk gets the only goal of the period. They're still out shooting us, and we are down by 1 goal. Let's just have a good offensive period, and hopefully we can at least come through in this third period with a tie game. Third period underway, and damn, that's not how you want to start off a third period, boys. Kreider and McDonough are going to score, and Hayes, and now we're down 5-1. Damn, this is Mrazek's worst game yet. There's no way we're coming back from a 5-1 deficit in the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I'm just going to skip the rest, and we lose 5-1, and we are headed to a Game 7 back on home ice. Since we just had a really bad defensive game, I might make some more line changes again, because that was a horrible game from Mrazek. Like, he's been really good during this entire playoff run for the most part, but this round has definitely hurt his goals against, I think. Okay, so what could we do in regards to line changes? Because we want to get to that conference finals, obviously. Any minus lines? No. Yeah, I think I'm going to do something a little bit different. Wait, Gauthier, no, he's not a face-off, man. Louis Terrainen, I think, Louis Terrainen could play center. Wait, is Gauthier left-handed? No, he's right-handed. Okay, so that is what I am going to do. So I'm going to move Logan Brown up here, playing with Lindholm and Skinner. Then Wall is going to be third-line center between Kempe and Kapanen. And then Gauthier, Louis Terrainen could play center with that 75 face-offs. And Aston Reese could play there as well. And then defensively, I'm not going to change anything because I don't want to screw up with the ice time there. And yeah, I think that's good. So hopefully that little bit of line change helps. Logan Brown needs to get his offense going, so moving him up to the second line, hopefully that helps him out because Skinner's been pretty solid. So Game 7 in the PNC Arena. Come on, guys, we need to have a huge game here. This is the last game of the season, potentially. We're going to slow sim the entire game and see if we can get to this conference finals. And there you go. Adrian Kempe on the third line comes through, and it's 1-0, just like that for us. That's how you want to start off a Game 7. Power play, come on, boys. We don't score on it. Shots are pretty even. There you go, Adrian Kempe again. That third line comes through for his second goal in the first period, and we lead 2-0 after 1, even though we're being outshot 10-8. Let's see if it can continue here in the second period. Kempe's been great for us so far. Penalty kill, 5-on-3 penalty kill, and we killed it off. Nicely done. That's what you want to do in Game 7s, is just kill off those 5-on-3s, especially at a critical time like the second period. And we are still up 2-0 going into the third. We're being outshot by 7 shots, but we still got that 2-0 lead. Good job, Mrazek. Big bounce back from last game where he led in 6 goals. Let's keep it up here in this third period, boys. There's a nice penalty kill, and Kapanen scores. Is that the third line again? Or yeah, that might be the third line again. Damn, this third line's coming through. And we're up 3-0. Tolusti's going to break Mrazek's shutout. And it's a 3-1 game. But Kapanen scores again, and it's 4-1. And it looks like we are going back to the conference finals for the second time in 3 years with a nice 4-1 win over the New York Rangers. So Kemp from Waugh, Kemp from Fleury and Slavin, Kapanen from Waugh and Falk, and Kapanen from Kempe and Waugh. So that third line had all of our goals. Thank you, third line. Those trade acquisitions or those signings that I made a couple seasons ago, or last season was it? Might have been last season. Helped us out big time as Kempe picked up 3 points, Kapanen picked up 2 goals, and Mrazek had a nice 32 save performance. So we're off to the conference finals. Let's see who we are up against. And it's going to be the Philadelphia Flyers, who are 8-3 in the playoffs so far. So we have played Philadelphia once before, and we beat them. That was in year number 1 in the second round, I think it was. Yeah, I think it was in the second round. They had a really bad regular season actually, going 41-41 pretty much, 41-30 with 11 overtime/shootout losses. So let's just quickly take a look at our updated player stats, and then we'll take a look at the Flyers lines. So leading us is Aho with 11 points. Skinner and Rask also have 11 points. Teravainen has 10. And then Kapanen and Slavin with 6. Kempe, Falk, Fleury, and Waugh all with 5 points. Lewis Jarainen, Hannafin, and Brown all with 4. Lindholm only 3 points. Yeah, I think Lindholm might have to go in this offseason, guys, but he might have to trade him away. He does not produce, and that's something that we need somebody to produce. And also, I don't really like right-wing playmakers, to be honest. Gauthier 2 points, Bean 2 points, Aston Reese, and Pesci with 1 point. So everybody's came through at least once. Mrazek's 8-5-0 with a 1 shutout, 937 save percentage, and a 1.84 goals against average. And I guess Calvin Pickard played some of one game. He did not let in any goals on 4 shots only, so that's pretty solid, I guess. Okay. So we are off to the conference finals against the Flyers. What's the Flyers' record, did I say, so far in the playoffs? I don't even know. But anyways, let's just take a look at what their lines look like. It's probably similar to it was when we played them last time. Let's see. So first line, Wayne Simmons, Claude Giroux, and Jacob Voracek. So obviously a very good first line. Second line, Patrick Hornquist is there now, with Nolan Patrick, who is still on the uprise, and Thomas Tatar. Wow, okay, so they made a couple signings, I think, but their top 9 is deadly. Like, look at this. This third line center is even an 85. Sean Couturier with Travis Konechny and Paul Stastny. Damn. And then fourth line, Hansen with Filppula and Lindblom. So yeah, that offense is deadly. Hopefully we could shut it down. And then their top 2 pairing is very good, Gostisbehere and Provorov. But look at that top 4 and top 6. It's a bit of a cheese defensive core, as you got Hag and Gudis and Myers and McDonald. Goaltending wise, you got Carter Hart, who is in his rookie season. I think this is his rookie season in the NHL, and he's making a push for the Stanley Cup Finals. Wow. And Anthony Stolarz. Scratch, they have Matt Reed, Jermaine Rubstov, and Taylor Lear. So yeah, I'm definitely a big fan of what their offense looks like. It's way better than ours. Unfortunately, though, for them, our defensive core is a lot better than theirs. Like, our top 2 is like pretty much identical, but we have better defensive depth than they do. So I think it just comes down who could win faceoffs, like what we did a couple of years ago, because our faceoff men, we have like 84s here as well. So yeah, I think it just comes down to like who could play better in their better position. Like, if we could play better defensively and they could play better offensively or whatever. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this episode of our Carolina Hurricanes franchise mode. So next episode, we will take on the Philadelphia Flyers in the conference finals and look to get to the Stanley Cup Finals for the first time since 2006. So thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys next time.